New Year's resolutions for personal finance. Benjamin Franklin once said, "If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail." A survey by Bankrate in 2024 mentions that 86% of Americans had at least one financial goal in 2024, but only 9% of those that set a New Year's resolution ever hit their goal. So in this episode, we're going to break down 6 potential financial-related New Year's resolutions that you can consider to get yourself on the fast track in 2025 to financial security. Although unexpected things can occur in our life, we can, as we talked about, plan ahead so that we don't end up failing. That takes us to number 1, which is build an emergency fund. According to the 2022 Consumer Financial Protection Bureau data, 24% of Americans have no emergency savings, and an additional 39% have less than 1 month's income saved. So financial experts, you'll find, often suggest that you have an emergency fund between 3 to 6 months of your forecasted expenses. So if you don't have an emergency fund started just yet, start small and work your way up. If you have your plan in your head, oftentimes it becomes more difficult to execute, which takes us to number 2, which is create and update your budget. Develop a plan, put it on paper, in a spreadsheet, work with your financial partner, your spouse, or other business partner as you work through this financial plan in your financial budget. See, only 36% of Americans have a written financial plan, but of those that do, 96% of them actually feel confident that they will reach their financial goals. So develop a realistic budget and a realistic plan. Use an online budgeting tool or maybe even an online app or a mobile app that will help you track your expenses and look at your monthly spending habits. And then you can adjust accordingly so that you can meet your financial goals based on the budget that you set forth at the beginning of the year. In other words, run your personal finances just like one would run a business. Up until now, we've been talking about short-term liquidity, but what about retirement savings accounts, which can be uniquely tax advantageous? According to a recent Charles Schwab survey, they say that individuals need over $1 million for retirement. So 2025 can be the perfect time to get started, whether that be opening a new IRA, traditional or Roth IRA, or maybe both, or maybe contributing to your existing accounts, not just your IRA, but also your 401k. A lot of people ask me, "John, can I contribute to my 401k and my IRA?" The answer is, in most cases, absolutely. See, 43% of Americans wish they could go back in time and start saving sooner. That's the number one thing that I hear here at Equity Trust Company is I wish I would have made contributions consistently every single year. Plant the seed now so that you can potentially have a large tax-free oak tree down the road for you as well as your family's future. Now, retirement savings accounts are powerful, but you don't invest in a retirement savings account. You contribute cash and then you invest that money. Now, the beauty of what we call a universal IRA is you're in full control here at Equity Trust. You have the ability to invest in both public and private market investments. Private market investments like real estate, private equity, private startups, cryptocurrency, and even physical gold and silver. See, 69% of ultra high net worth investors have been using alternative asset investments within their overall portfolio. And everyday individuals have the same capabilities. You don't need to be a high net worth individual. So this here is what we talk about diversification, diversifying beyond just traditional stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and investing in a much broader diversified portfolio, not just public market investments, but also potentially alternative investments. Saving in retirement accounts and diversification, most people can wrap their arms around. But how does one increase their financial IQ? 2024 data on financial literacy shows that U.S. adults on average score below 50% on the Personal Finance Index. So how can you consider increasing your financial acumen or your financial IQ? Well, first, subscribe to trusted publications. There are a number of financial publications that you can subscribe to and you can read on a daily basis. Incorporate it into your daily readings. Number 2, educational courses. So for example, here at Equity Trust, we have a series of educational courses that can increase your financial IQ with respect to savings in Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, 401ks, HSAs, and various other tax-advantaged investment accounts. And last but not least, spend time with your life or business partner on these financial IQ increasing strategies. On the topic of increasing your financial IQ, along with your spouse, significant other, business partners, also incorporate routine check-ins. For example, a good friend of mine and now retired Kent, him and his spouse sit down together and they have routine discussions with respect to their financial plan, their budget. And so they look at that budget and they look at, are they on pace to hit their number or are they off pace? And if they're off pace, they can pivot and redirect, determine a better diversification strategy, determine a better saving strategy so that they can get back on pace. And again, he retired at the age of 60. You'll find 65% of people who financially plan actually feel financially stable. And that's not exactly how Kent and his spouse feel. They feel financially stable and that they're not going to outlive their retirement savings, but rather their retirement savings is going to outlive them. At the beginning of this episode, I mentioned a quote by Benjamin Franklin. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So what can be the next steps for you? Well, of course, it's important to remember that Equity Trust is one member of your financial team. So I would encourage one to work with their financial advisor or financial planner potentially, work with their CPA, work with their tax attorney, work with the other members of your financial team so that you can create a strategy that's going to work for you and your loved ones. Now, Equity Trust, as one member of your financial team, is here to provide education and information and the services to support your self-directed investing. Remember, you are in full control with your universal IRA. You decide where to invest and how to allocate. Now, to help you through this process, you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with one of our IRA counselors. Now, they're not here to take the place of your financial advisor. They're not here to sell investments or opportunities. What they're here to do is walk you through the process of establishing and funding your account so that you can begin self-directing your retirement funds utilizing the diversification strategies that make the most sense for you. Until our next episode, as always, keep leveraging compounding interest in the absence of taxation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right here so you never miss out on new content. And if you're ready to dive deeper, check out our other videos and resources right here.